What's going on, everybody? Welcome. I am Chris Kalis, the owner, founder, and lead educator for Soft Stretch Release Techniques. We get asked all the time what the difference is with SRT versus fascial stretching versus PNF stretching, active isolated stretching. And so this video is to help you better understand really what the differences are and why it's extremely complementary to these other forms of stretch therapy as well as other forms of manual therapy. So right off the bat, soft stretch release techniques is a nervous system-based approach to stretch therapy, intentionally working with your nervous system, fascial system, and lymphatic systems as our primary systems. We do this in a soft, slow, supported manner that generates safety for the nervous system. By maintaining contact with the body and moving in a slow, rhythmic, oscillating type of pattern, we are holding the nervous system. We are helping to download new sensory input into the peripheral nervous system, which is going to send their messages up to the central nervous system, i.e. the brain, and then allow your brain to digest. Does this feel safe? Is this painful? Do I feel like I need to protect or guard myself? Once the new data is starting to be downloaded, the brain can start to analyze. Your nervous system can start to rewire itself and start to say, this doesn't feel bad. This feels okay. This feels safe enough. I'm going to allow myself to begin releasing. And we release the tension throughout the musculoskeletal system. So our primary system approach is nervous system, fascial system, and lymphatic system. Through those three systems, especially the nervous system, we can lead into the muscular system, which is where tension, knots, tightness tends to be stored. But your nervous system is controlling your muscular system. So if we bypass the nervous system with aggressive or extremely deep tissue, painful work, we're trying to go directly into the muscles, forcing them to let go. So even if we're doing deep stretches, you're trying to force the body into deeper ranges of motion in which you're working against the nervous system. So the nervous system is gonna maybe disarm for a little bit as you make improvement, and then it's going to immediately, or within the next 24 to 48 hours, go and lock back up. So while fascial stretching's focus is on the fascial connections and active isolated stretching is focused on the muscles specifically as they're trying to active or isolate the active muscle. And then PNF is contract relax. So it is activation in terms of muscular activations. So all of these have very important roles to play, but the difference with SRT is it is a nervous system-based approach. With the nervous system-based approach, we are looking at the deeper layers between understanding that the emotional, energetic, vibrational frequencies, or the metaphysical, are always being downloaded through your five senses into the nervous system, which is then manifesting and dictating into your physical body more. The muscles, your movements, your digestion, your lymphatic system. And so when our focus becomes nervous system based, that is where we start to truly work with trauma healing. Because traumas get downloaded and stored in our nervous system. Our brain interprets experiences and situations that have happened to us. Physical trauma, mental trauma, verbal trauma, spiritual trauma. People that are in or stuck in cults, religious organizations that might be extreme. And so all of these traumas are being stored and downloaded into the nervous system. When you work intentionally with that system, I don't want to say miracles happen, but that's where we have epiphanies. That's where we have a shift, whether it's a shift in perspective, whether it's a shift in what the body is holding because of the emotional fear, the emotional anxiety, the trauma, the stressors. So being able to work with the nervous system is a totally different ballgame than just fascial stretching or active isolated stretching, and especially PNF stretching. We utilize SRT PNF based style, which is much more about a passive stretch paired with a dynamic PNF versus an isometric PNF, meaning we want you to move through the entire range of motion when and if it is deemed necessary for our stretching. But the true foundation is nervous system, fascial system, lymphatic system focused. And because we're working with such a softer, slower approach, we are indirectly and directly working with your lymphatic system. We are moving the lymph, we are guiding better flow, we are helping to detox your system. So SRT is going to be fantastic for almost anybody that's outside of the athletic world. I know a lot of stretchers, stretch therapists, and massage therapists like to work with the athletes, but a lot of it's deep tissue, a lot of it's aggressive sports massage, sports stretch. And again, that's a whole different modality. If you want to help people with fibromyalgia, with lupus, with Parkinson's, with multiple sclerosis, with degenerative disc disease, with muscular dystrophy, any level of nervous or autoimmune type of issues or chronic underlying pains where they've been to therapists, the aggressive work is not helping, it's continuing to trigger their nervous system, or people with emotional traumas that just need to feel safe and supported to begin that internal healing process, that is what SRT is about. So if our style and approach resonates with you, we would absolutely love to have you learn SRT alongside us. Become a part of the community that is sharing this modality, not only across the US, but as we branch into Canada, and we have some people in Europe who are utilizing SRT in conjunction with their other modalities. We would be ecstatic for you to join us and share this modality with your friends, your patients, and your clients. You can learn this online. We do have online education and courses for your certifications. If you can't make a live course, we understand travel, expenses, everything else. And right now, we, meaning myself and my one other educator, there's only two of us. And there's 50 states, and there's multiple, over hundreds of countries, and we just can't do everything all at once. So online learning is available, and then we would always recommend taking a live course, at least for one, so you can feel the hands-on difference in experiencing it for yourself. What true downregulation of your nervous system feels like, what insights you might experience for traumas that maybe are stored that you're not even aware of in your system. But if you can't make a live course, the online access is open to anybody, anywhere, at any point in time in the world. So thank you guys for watching. That is what the difference is with SRT therapy. Please spread the word, share the love, share the healing, and we hope to see you in 2026 or any other point in time in the future. Take care.